Good morning, everyone. In our previous class, we have discussed the question answers of lesson number 5, natural vegetation and wildlife. All the question answers we have discussed. Only the map work was remaining. And in that map work, you have to wait a second. In the map work, on an outline map of India, means you can take political map of India and you can mark this all the types of vegetation. This is vegetation type tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, thorn forest, montane forest, mangrove forest. Clear? So one map will be of this vegetation type. Another map you have to mark national parks, bird sanctuaries and wildlife. This. In the same way you will mark. Okay? And in India political map you will mark, it will be better to understand it, which wildlife sanctuary or which birds sanctuary or national park where it is, in which state it is. So it will be easy for you to mark in the political map. And if in physical, in exam in physical it is asked, then also you will be able to mark it with the location. But just now in the notebook you are going to miss, not just now but in the notebook you will mark, take India political map, and state wise you will mark all these bird sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, all with different, you can take shapes or colors also, or you can take different colors and write down the names also with the different colors to show. But like this you have to make the index also. uh, I was not able to send you PDF of question answers yesterday, but today the PDF of question answers of this lesson will be sent to you in the group also, and I will upload it on the portal, student portal also, so you can complete the NCRT questions from that PDF. Plus, after completing the question answers, you have to stick these two maps also, one about vegetation and another about this wildlife sanctuaries and bird sanctuaries and national parks. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now today we are going to start with the fourth lesson, that is climate. So for the fourth lesson, in this lesson climate, we are going to study about the climate, that the definition first. The definition of climate is there, that it is the sum total of weather condition over a large area for a longer time. Means area is also large and the time duration for the climate is also long. That is, it can be 30 to 40 years also. Plus we will also read about the difference, that is climate and weather. Weather, it is a state of atmosphere over an area at a given place, but it varies from place to place and time to time. Then elements of climate and weather, means essential elements which are important part of climate and weather. We'll read about the temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, precipitation. Then further we are going to read in this lesson about climatic controls also. Climatic controls also, that is latitude, altitude, pressure and winds, distance from the sea, relief features, plus ocean currents. Further we will read about this in factors that affecting India's climate. India's climate is of monsoon type, and what are the factors which affect India's climate? That is altitude, latitude and pressure and winds. So these are the important factors which affect the climate of India. Further in this only we will read about the monsoons, as India is having the monsoon type of uh, climate. That is why we will read about the monsoon, Indian monsoon. Then important facts to understand monsoon mechanism also here, the facts of mechanism of monsoon. And then in four seasons of India, winter, summer, rainy, and transition. Transition means from October to November, whatever the period of transition is there between the different seasons. So this will also we'll read. Then last, finally, we will read about the distribution of rainfall in India. That is, the distribution of rainfall in India is uneven, and factors affecting distribution of rainfall and variability of annual rainfall. So all this we are going to read about in this lesson. Now let's start from the beginning. In the last two chapters, you have read about the landforms and the drainage of a country. Now, drainage lesson this year was not there, it was only for the map skill purpose. But in the last lesson, that is of what was about landforms, different type of landforms you have studied about. That hilly areas are there, plains, plateaus, all these are the type of landforms which are present, and these are the two types of uh, three basic elements that one learns about the natural environment of the area. That means the natural environment of the area can be well understood by these type of landforms. And the drainage system means the water, from where the water means we get the water and all, the proper supply of water. And then we will means it was not given in this year, but it describes about the river system in an area. Physical means the area drained by the river system, and that is called drainage basin. And also how this uh, means the drainage is especially describes for the river system of an particular area. So that was all. Particular, these two are the main elements to know about the natural environment. In this chapter, you will learn about the third, that is the atmospheric condition that prevails over our country. So you have read already about the landforms. You already know about the drainage system, the river system. Plus now the third condition, that is atmospheric condition, which is very important element to know about the natural environment of a particular area. Now, why do we wear woolen in December, or why it is hot and uncomfortable in the month of May? Why it rains in June and July? So all these questions arises, and the answer to all these questions can be found out by the study about the climate of India. So why we wear woolens? Why it is very hot and uncomfortable in the months of May? When does it rain? So all these questions arises in our mind, and the clear cut main reason is that the climate of India, the change in the climate of India. Then climate, you can underline this also. This is the definition. Climate refers to the sum total of weather condition and variations over a large area for a longer period of time, that is more than 30 years. That climate continues for a longer period of time, we can say, and it is the total of the weather conditions that changes from means over the large areas, means large area particular one climate is present, and it is for the longer period of time. Then weather weather refers to the state of atmosphere over a large area at a point of time, means at a particular time period only. Whatever the atmospheric condition is there of the particular area at point of time, is at a particular time period, it is called as weather. So climate main difference is it is over a large area, but it prevails for a longer duration, longer period of time. But whether it is just at the point of time, means limited to a time period only. And the elements of weather and climate are same. The elements means the essential parts of weather and climate are same. That is temperature, atmosphere, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation. These are the important elements, or we can say essential parts of weather and climate. Means weather and climate depends upon these, that is the temperature of that particular area, the atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor in the air present, that is called as humidity, and precipitation. You may have observed that the weather condition of precipitation also, you know what is precipitation.
Yes, ma'am. Rainfall.
Yes, the action or process of precipitation, it is a substance from the solution falling from the condensation of the atmosphere, that is rain, snow, hail. Rainfall will be there, snow can be there, means it is falling from the atmosphere. So that will be the condition of precipitation. Uh, so you may have observed that the weather condition fluctuate. The weather condition fluctuate means do not remain the same very often. Even within a day you might feel just now very cold. Early means in the winter season you may find it very cold early in the morning, but slowly as the sun rises, you will find a little bit hot. And that is why we can say weather condition fluctuate, does not remain same, and very often it will, even within a day it is not the same condition. But there is some common pattern over a few weeks or months. But a common pattern is formed for a few weeks or the months, that is days are cool or hot, windy or calm, cloudy or bright, wet or dry. Means this condition, this common pattern can be for the few weeks, can remain for few weeks and months. But it can also fluctuate, it cannot, it can also change. Then on the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric condition, the year is divided into seasons. Now the whole year is also divided into seasons such as winter, summer, and or rainy season. On the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric condition, means whatever monthly the atmospheric condition is there in that particular area, the whole year of that area is divided into these seasons, that is winter, summer, and rainy season. The world is divided into a number of climatic regions. Do you know what type of climate India has and why it is so? India has monsoon type of climate. So, what do you know what type of climate India has and why it is so? We will learn about in this chapter. So, about India's climate, we are going to read thoroughly in this lesson. Now, do you know, you can mark this, that the word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mosim, and which literally means season. So the word monsoon is derived, is taken out from the Arabic word. It is an Arabic word, mosim, and which means season. Monsoon refers to the seasonal reversal in wind direction during the year. So seasonal reversal, the change in the wind direction during a year, is called as monsoon. The climate of India is described as monsoon type. In Asia, this type of climate is found mainly in the south and southeast. So India is having the monsoon type, but in Asia, if we will see, we will find this type of monsoon climate mainly in the south and southeast part. Despite an overall unity in the general pattern, there are perceptible regional variations in climatic condition within the country. So within the country also there are noticeable, perceptible means there is noticeable regional variations in the climatic condition. That is, those climatic condition, the changes in the climatic condition within the country can be noticeable, and it follows a general pattern. Now let us take two important elements. Now first we will take two important elements, that is temperature and precipitation, and examine how they vary from place to place and season to season. Now, these two elements of climate, how um, they are different at different places and in different seasons. In summer, mercury occasionally touches 50 degrees Celsius in some part of Rajasthan desert, whereas it may be around 20 degrees Celsius in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. So in India, in our country, India, the temperature touches 50 degrees Celsius, where in Rajasthan you can see in Rajasthan is a desert where means the temperature is so much high, whereas it may be around 20 degrees Celsius in Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, where when you go towards the northern part. On the winter night, temperature at Dras in Jammu and Kashmir may be as low as minus 45 degree Celsius. So in Jammu and Kashmir, this variation of temperature can be going means can reach to minus degree also minus 45 degree Celsius, whereas in Thiruvananthapuram on the other side may have a temperature 22 degree Celsius, means at the height where Jammu and Kashmir, in the northern part where it is located, the temperature reaches minus 45 degrees Celsius, whereas in the northernmost part, that is Tiruvananthapuram, which is in the northern part of the country, we can have the temperature of 22 degree Celsius. Now, do you know in certain places there is a wide difference between day and night temperatures. Now, in many places there is a difference between day and night temperature. Also means during the day and night, day can be very hot, night can be very cold. Whereas some places night can be very hot and days are very cold. So, in the Thar Desert, the day temperature may be rise to 50 degrees Celsius. So the Thar Desert, as it is a desert area, the temperature can rise up to 50 degrees Celsius and drop down to near 15 degree Celsius the same night. Means the same night when the temperature at the daytime is 50 degrees Celsius, the night will be so cold as 15 degrees Celsius in the deserted area. On the other hand, there is hardly any difference in the day and night temperature in Andaman Nicobar Islands or in Kerala, whereas in other part of India we cannot find this type of differences as we can see in the desert area. That in Andaman and Nicobar Islands or in Kerala, this type of difference cannot be noticed in the temperature. So now let us look at precipitation. Now this was about the we were talking about the temperature, that at some places the temperature is very high, whereas in other places the same part of it means area, India only, the India country only, some states are having high temperature in the day, whereas nights are very low temperature, very cold. Let us now look at the precipitation. Now, there are variations not only in the form of type of precipitation but also in its amount and the seasonal distribution. Now, the variation, the differences is not only on the basis of the types of precipitation. The types of precipitation I already had given you, that rain, snow, or hail. So, the differences are there on not only on the basis of these different types of precipitation but also the amount and the seasonal distribution, means whatever how much amount of this rainfall is there in particular area or this snowfall is there in particular area, that also makes a great difference in a particular country. While precipitation is mostly in the form of snowfall in the upper parts of Himalayas, it rains over the rest of the country. That means the precipitation is in the form of snowfall in the Himalayas, upper part of Himalayas, in the northern areas. But we can find the rainfall in the rest of the part of the country. The annual precipitation, the yearly precipitation varies from over 400 centimeter in Meghalaya to less than 10 centimeter in Ladakh. So this precipitation variation their differences is can be easily noticeable in different parts of India also. That in Meghalaya this is for 400 centimeter to less than 10 centimeter in Ladakh and western Rajasthan. Now most parts of our country receive rainfall from June and September. So in our country, in which months we can find we receive most of the rainfall in the month of June and June to September. But some parts like the Tamil Nadu coast gets a large portion of its rain during the October and November. So near the Tamil Nadu we can see mostly the rainfall is during October and November. In general, coastal areas experience a less contrast in temperature condition. Means the areas near the coast, they experience less variations in the temperature. Means almost the temperature remains same in the coastal areas. Seasonal contrasts are more in the interior of the country. Seasonal contrasts, seasonal variations can be seen more easily. There is a decrease in rainfall generally from east to west in the northern plains. So in the northern plains there is decrease in the rainfall, and from east to west, from the east part to western part, means eastern parts are getting more rainfall than the western part of the northern plains. These variations have given rise to variety of lives of the people in terms of food they eat, the clothes they wear, and also the kind of houses they live in. That means due to the climatic changes, even the way of living, the lives of the people of that particular area has been means had adopt the people living in that particular area has adopt the climatic conditions over their prevailing. Yeah, according to the climatic conditions, according to the seasons only, they are having their means clothing, their food, and and the occupation also they are following according to the climatic condition only. Even the houses they live, they that are built according to the climates. Now your example find out is the given that why the houses in Rajasthan have thick wall and flat roofs. The answer can be straight away due to the climatic condition only, that in Rajasthan very hot, it is a hot desert, so the houses here have thick walls and thick walls so that the temperature is not too means too much in the houses, and these thick walls prevent to means it prevent from entering the heat of the sun so much, the scorching heat of the sun, to protect the people inside the houses. Plus why is their house in the Tarai region and in Goa and Bangalore have sloping roofs. Sloping roofs, when the houses have the sloping roofs, when there is enough of rainfall, means or the snowfall is there, then at that condition, in that area especially, the sloping roofs are there so that the water does not accumulate on the roof. So in this way also, the houses in Assam are built on silts, means long. It is built in on the upraised, we can say, um, areas, because many times the water accumulates down on the underground, and that is why they are built on silts and all. So I hope this much is clear, everybody. The climatic variations, the temperature and precipitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, climatic controls. There are six major controls of the climate of any place. So, of any place, there are how many major controls of the climate? Six major controls, and they are latitude, altitude, pressure, wind system, distance from the sea and ocean currents, and the relief features. They are the major controls of the climate of any place. Now, first, due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to its latitude. Now, what is latitude? The angular distances of the place, north to south of the earth equator, or of the equator of the celestial object, usually expressed in degrees and minutes, that is called as latitude. So due to the curvature of the earth, the amount of solar energy received varies according to the latitude. According to this, means we can say the distance of the place from north to south, and as a result air temperature generally decreases from the equator towards the pole. So the from the equator is the center point at the 0 degree. So from the temperature decreases from the equator towards the pole. Equator, near the equator the temperature is very high, and as you go away from the equator towards the pole, the temperature decreases, and towards the pole, as one goes from the surface of the earth to higher altitudes, the atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases. Now here also altitudes also measure uh, uh, means also helps for the climatic control, that as you go higher and higher above the means we can say it becomes less dense. The atmosphere becomes less dense when you go from away from the surface of the earth towards means upper part, atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature also decreases here. The hills are therefore cooler during the summer, and when you from the southern part you go to the Himalayas, that is Jammu and Kashmir and all, you will find the temperature decreases over there and the atmosphere becomes less dense. The hills are therefore cooler during the summers. The pressure and the wind system of any area depends on the latitude and altitude of the place. That means the pressure and the wind, how much atmospheric pressure is there, how much wind blows over there. It all depends on the latitude and altitude, how much far away that place is from the earth, or the latitude. That thus it influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. The sea exerts a moderating influence on the climate. As a distance from the sea increases, its moderating influence decreases and the people experience extreme weather conditions. So near the sea the condition is very moderate, means neither too hot nor too cold. But as people move away from the sea, the area near the sea, the condition becomes extreme, means the weather condition becomes extreme. That is, slowly the temperature increases. This condition is known as continentally, that is very hot during summer and very cold during winters. Ocean currents, along with onshore winds, affect the climate of coastal areas. For example, any coastal area with warm or cold currents flowing past it will be warmed or cooled if the winds are onshore. That means the ocean currents, when the waves move in the very fast in one direction only, very fast, then it creates the ocean currents along the onshore, and the wind affects the climate of the coastal areas also. And the example is given that coastal area with warm or cold currents flowing past it will be warmed or cooled if the winds are onshore, means winds are on the shore only, then according to the flowing of the wind, uh, with the help of the ocean currents only, they will be warm or cool. Then finally, relief also plays a major role in determining the climate of place. That means high mountains act as a barrier for the cold or hot winds. They may, as you have also understood in the previous lesson, that Himalayas act as a barriers for the cold and hot winds. So here also the relief high mountain acts as a barrier for cold and hot winds. They may also cause precipitation if they are high enough and lie in the path of rain bearing winds. Means whichever winds are blowing and they are carrying away, that means we can say precipitation. And if any barrier is there of the high mountains, the uh, rainfall is there, the precipitation in that area is or means there, the leeward side of mountain remains relatively dry. Now leeward side means the side which faces away from the wind. The wind is blowing, the rain bearing wind is blowing, and the area which faces away from the wind, which is means sheltered from the prevailing wind by the hills and mountains, that is we area is away from the getting the rainfall. Now that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with factors affecting India's climate. Till then, you read till here, and if anything not clear, you can ask me. Okay? Any doubt, you can clarify from me. And the question answers plus map work you had to complete, NCRT questions and map work you have to complete from the PDF. I will share it to you in the group today itself, and it will be uploaded on the student portal also. Till then, take care. Thank you.